Welcome to Blue Health Daily.
There is a breakfast food that millions of us eat every single morning, with the absolute belief that it is the ultimate health choice. But nutrition experts are starting to ask, with a very important question. Is this familiar meal actually good for your heart as you get older? Surprisingly, another incredibly simple, often overlooked food is now emerging as the superior, heart-friendly choice for people over 40. It is cottage cheese. So, between eggs and cottage cheese, which is actually better for you? The answer might change your mornings forever. Let us be completely honest right from the start. I am not here to tell you that one of these foods is a magical cure, and the other is a dangerous poison. That kind of extreme thinking rarely leads to lasting health. In reality, both eggs and cottage cheese are incredible, nutrient-dense foods. Both are packed with high-quality protein, which helps your body maintain lean muscle, keeps you feeling full, and provides a steady stream of energy to get you through a busy morning. But here is the reality we all have to face. When you cross that 40-year milestone, your biology shifts. Your body simply begins to react differently to the exact same foods you ate in your 20s. Suddenly, your cardiovascular system becomes a bit more sensitive. Your cholesterol levels matter a lot more. Blood pressure, low-grade silent inflammation, and changes in your metabolism begin to influence your daily well-being far more than you might realize. That is exactly why modern dietitians and longevity experts are no longer just looking at the amount of protein on a nutrition label. They are looking much deeper. They are asking, how does this specific food interact with your heart, your blood vessels, and the natural aging process of your body? To understand this debate, we first have to look at why eggs became the undisputed king of breakfast. And honestly, their reputation is well-earned. Eggs are one of nature's most complete nutritional packages. They provide what we call high-quality or highly bioavailable protein. This means they contain every single essential amino acid your body needs, but cannot produce on its own. These are the fundamental building blocks your body uses to repair damaged tissues and maintain physical strength. Beyond just protein, the yolk of an egg is essentially a daily multivitamin. It is rich in vitamin B12, which is vital for nerve health and sustained energy. It contains choline, a nutrient that most people do not get enough of, which is absolutely crucial for brain health, memory, and cognitive function. Eggs also give you vitamin D, selenium, and powerful antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin, which act like internal sunglasses, protecting your eyes from age-related macular degeneration. And from a practical standpoint, why do so many of us eat eggs every day? Because they are incredibly convenient. You can scramble or boil them in minutes. They keep you full for hours, preventing that mid-morning sugar craving. Plus, they fit perfectly into almost every popular low-carb or keto lifestyle. So, with all these amazing benefits, where does the problem actually start? Well, despite being incredibly nutritious, eggs still contain a relatively high amount of dietary cholesterol and saturated fat. Now, if you are a healthy 25-year-old who works out 5 days a week, this is generally not a major issue. Your liver and metabolism can efficiently process and regulate that cholesterol. But if you are in your 40s or 50s, and you are dealing with elevated cholesterol levels, a family history of cardiovascular disease, or conditions like type 2 diabetes, your body's processing system might be struggling. The most frightening part is that a single egg is never the issue. The danger does not lie in one breakfast. The danger lies in the habit, the unbroken routine stretching across years and decades. When cholesterol, systemic inflammation, and blood fats silently accumulate inside the walls of your arteries, your body does not send you a text message to warn you. You do not feel it. For years, the buildup is entirely silent, until one day, the cardiovascular system is finally forced to speak up. This brings us to the quiet, unassuming hero of the dairy aisle: cottage cheese. Why are so many cardiologists and nutritionists suddenly paying so much attention to it? First, let us define what it is. Cottage cheese is a fresh, unaged cheese. It is incredibly rich in protein, soft in texture, easy to digest, and it has long been a staple in the North American fitness community. But what makes experts so excited today is its unique cardiovascular profile. Cottage cheese provides a massive amount of protein, often exceeding what you get from a couple of eggs, but it typically delivers significantly less cholesterol and saturated fat. For a heart that is aging, reducing the daily load of saturated fat is like taking a heavy backpack off a tired hiker. It just makes the journey easier. Let us break down the standout benefits. First, the protein. As we age, we naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. A slower metabolism paired with muscle loss is a recipe for physical decline. The protein in cottage cheese is primarily casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles a steady stream of nutrients over several hours, keeping you stronger, longer. Second, the calcium. Cottage cheese is packed with it. We all know calcium builds strong bones, which is critical as bone density drops after 40. But calcium is also a powerful electrolyte that helps your heart muscle contract and relax properly, and it plays a vital role in helping to regulate and stabilize your blood pressure. Third, it is remarkably calorie efficient. Compared to a breakfast of fried eggs and butter with a side of sausage, cottage cheese delivers the nutrients you need without the heavy caloric penalty, making weight management much easier. And finally, there is the physical sensation. So many people who switch their morning routine report an amazing feeling of lightness. They say they feel less bloated, less sluggish, and their energy remains incredibly stable because they haven't bogged their digestive system down with heavy, greasy fats. Now, to be completely fair and objective, we must talk about the dark side of cottage cheese. It is not a flawless miracle food. It has one major vulnerability, and that is sodium. Many popular, commercially produced brands of cottage cheese are absolutely loaded with salt. They use it as a preservative and a flavor enhancer. And if there is one thing an aging heart hates just as much as saturated fat, it is excess sodium. When you consume too much sodium, your body is forced to hold on to extra water to dilute the salt in your bloodstream. This added fluid volume puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your blood vessels. Over time, this constant pressure stiffens the arteries and forces your heart to work overtime, significantly contributing to silent hypertension or high blood pressure. So, how do you navigate this? You have to become a smart shopper. You must look for labels that specifically say low sodium or no salt added. You want to flip the container around and look at the ingredient list. The best cottage cheese only has a few simple ingredients: cultured milk, cream, and live active cultures. Always remember this golden rule of nutrition. Sometimes, the thing that makes a food unhealthy is not the food itself. It is the industrial, heavily processed way the factory decided to make it. We have reached the ultimate question: which one wins? The truth is, there are no magic foods in this world. Your body does not require nutritional perfection. It requires intelligent balance. When might eggs be the better choice? If you are a healthy individual, even over 40, with a great lipid panel, optimal blood pressure, and an active lifestyle, eggs are a fantastic option. If you are specifically looking to boost your intake of brain-protecting choline and essential vitamins, and you are eating them boiled or poached rather than fried in bacon grease, eggs remain a stellar part of a balanced diet. But when might cottage cheese be the superior choice? If you are actively monitoring your cardiovascular health, if your doctor has told you to watch your cholesterol and lower your saturated fat intake, if you need a massive hit of protein to protect your aging muscles, but you want to keep your calories low and protect your blood vessels. In these scenarios, a high-quality, low-sodium cottage cheese is absolutely the better, heart-conscious choice. But here is the most important takeaway of this entire video. The thing that dictates your long-term health is never just one single meal. It is your overall dietary pattern. It is what you repeat day after day. You can eat the healthiest, organic, low-sodium cottage cheese in the world every morning, but it will not save you if the rest of your lifestyle is destructive. What really destroys our health silently? Eating too much ultra-processed food out of boxes and bags. Chronic sleep deprivation. Unmanaged, long-term emotional stress. Drinking excess liquid sugar. And living a completely sedentary life where you rarely move your body. No single breakfast food can rescue a body if the overall lifestyle is breaking it down every single day. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought that goes far beyond eggs and dairy. The human body is an absolute masterpiece of biology. It is incredibly smart. Every single second of every single day, it is trying to heal you. It is fighting to keep you in balance, even when you unknowingly make its job difficult. We need to realize that our health rarely collapses because of one massive mistake. A heart attack or a chronic illness does not happen overnight. It happens because of thousands of tiny, silent choices repeated over decades. A rushed, sugary breakfast. A night where you only slept 4 hours. And a stressful argument you carried with you for a week. A habit of sitting on the couch instead of walking that you told yourself was not a big deal. Eventually, over time, the body acts as a mirror, reflecting all of those burdens. But here is the most beautiful, hopeful truth. The exact same rule applies to healing. You can heal your body through small, quiet, positive choices. You do not need massive, drastic changes to see a difference. A slightly more balanced breakfast. Choosing a whole food over a heavily processed snack. Adding a little more clean protein to your plate. Prioritizing just 1 extra hour of deep sleep. Taking a simple 20-minute walk in the fresh air. And finally, learning to pause, breathe, and listen to what your body is actually asking for. These small acts of kindness to your body compound over time, just like an investment. You do not need to subject yourself to extreme, miserable diets. You do not need to buy into harsh, expensive detoxes. And you certainly do not need to chase every new, confusing health trend that pops up on the internet. Sometimes the thing your body is craving the most is just a sequence of small, slightly better choices made consistently, day after day. And perhaps the journey to true, lasting health really does begin with something as simple and ordinary as taking a closer look at your morning breakfast. If you found this video helpful, if it brought you some clarity and peace of mind, please hit the subscribe button, join our community, and let us continue to explore simple, easy to understand, and deeply healing health knowledge together. Every single week. Take care of your heart, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.
Knowledge is infinite, and what I know is, honestly, just a grain of sand in the desert. Hitting the like button and subscribing is totally free, but it's a huge motivation for me to keep making better videos for you. Thank you so much for your support. I hope this gave you some helpful insights into health. If you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, feel free to drop them below.